We'll be ready for the opening tip. Here it's game number 2 on day number 2 in San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is Mississippi State women's basketball from Learfield Sports.
When you need outpatient rehabilitation, you want to work with someone professional that makes you feel comfortable. You can find just that at Magnolia Outpatient Rehab. With a team of licensed healthcare professionals, they specialize in physical and occupational therapy, as well as myofascial release. They have 3 locations to make things convenient for you in Columbus, Starkville, and West Point. Stop by and see how they can meet your needs. Magnolia Outpatient Rehab, bringing results back to you, which is exactly where they should be.
What makes people choose RVs from Aberdeen RV and Jayco for great family weekends and vacations? It's their integrity and dedication to customer service. This commitment has placed Aberdeen RV in the top 50 RV dealers in North America. Drop by and see Chris Brown and his team. They're ready to get you on the road. Aberdeen RV, a proud supporter of the Mississippi State Bulldogs, Highway 45 alternate and the Highway 8 junction.
Gear up for spring at the Mossy Oak Mall. The Mossy Oak store has brought back Vintage Patterns, Original Bottomland, and Green Leaf in the gear you need for the spring woods, including the Super Elite Turkey Vest. Check out great winter clearance deals and new casual shipments from Columbia Sportswear, Drake Waterfowl, Under Armour, and the North Face, along with the all-new Yeti Hopper soft-sided cooler at the Outdoor Gear store for a special introductory price through March 1st. Mossy Oak Mall in West Point, your destination for outfitting your outdoor obsession.
Family, friends, and a mammogram. 3 important things you should make time for. Good breast health is an important part of a woman's overall health and well-being. Regular breast self-exams, clinical breast exam, and mammography are the key components of good breast health. OCH Center for Breast Health and Imaging physicians are specially trained in breast health and have access to the latest tools for the diagnosis and management of breast disease. So take time for the important things and schedule your appointment today.
From Learfield Sports on the Bulldog Sports Network, Bulldog Women's Basketball is brought to you by Ford. The F-150 is proud to be the official truck of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Regions Bank, proud sponsor of the SEC. And by Columbus Orthopedic, keeping the team in the game. The tip is moments away. Here's Jason Crowder.
Mississippi State has been introduced here inside the arena called Ruben Montano's Coliseum. Western Michigan being introduced, should I say, at this moment. They're the home team, so Mississippi State introduced first to the crowd. Bulldogs going to be wearing the red maroon uniforms with the white trim and lettering, and it's going to be the white jerseys, white shorts with the brown and gold trim and lettering for Western Michigan. The Broncos out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, looking for its first win over a top 25 team. Their only 2 losses this year have been against top 25 competition. They lost to 24th-ranked Michigan State on Sunday, November the 15th, 78-40. And they lost to Northwestern at Northwestern in Chicago on the 22nd of November. Number 20 Northwestern beat them 86-62. So this will be the first time they're taking on a top 10 team. Charlie, keys to this contest in your opinion?
Well, for Mississippi State, one thing they're going to have to do that really was not as big a factor yesterday is defend in the post. They're going to have to do a good job defending. Western Michigan, a team that has a pair of 5 players combined for about 25 points a ball game. So Bulldogs going to have to defend well on the inside.
We're also going to see, for the second time this season, the young lady that played for Coach Elena Lovato at Trinity Valley Community College in Texas. Of course, Coach Lovato is an assistant now for Mississippi State. Deborah Meeks, the 5'8" senior guard from Benton Harbor, Michigan, is going to slide in there and get the start today. So out on the floor for Western Michigan, they've got Morton, Reeves, Shipman, Meeks, and Jessing. And Jessing's going to be in the jump circle with Chinwe Okoye as we're about to tip this basketball game off. Game number 2 for Mississippi State here in Puerto Rico. The tip is controlled by the Bulldogs, tapped in the backcourt by Chinwe Okoye, and here comes Morgan William with it as she gets to the offensive end. She'll work between the circles. Bulldogs are going to face a sagging zone and sagging man defense today for Western Michigan. Going to try to keep things out of the paint, and Chinwe Okoye down low along with Katera Chappell, and Chappell had to sky up for that pass. And it goes over her head and out of bounds, and the Bulldogs turn it over. That was an ugly pass. from Victoria Vivian.
Yeah, she was trying to get the ball to Chapel, just threw it too high.
And then it's Morton who dribbles the basketball for a foot, but it rolls towards the baseline, and she runs it down and gets it. And now we have a whistle and a foul.
They're going to get them on a 10-second violation in the backcourt.
Yeah, 10-second violation because she, as I said, she dribbled it off her foot and it rolled slowly back towards the baseline, and she had to go recover. And it wasn't quick enough getting across the timeline. Vivians works with it right wing. Now goes to Morgan Williams, top of the circle. Dominique Dillingham over on the left wing, tries to get it inside and does. Gets it to Corey, puts it up off the window from the left side and scores it. And the Bulldogs lead it 2-0.
That's a nice basket by Chinway right there. Was guarded well, but just made a good play.
Shipman will get it in the backcourt and then give it up to Meeks. Meeks, left baseline jumper from 17 feet, left side, left iron rather, not there. Chinway Corey will pull down the rebound for the Bulldogs and will quickly give it to Morgan Williams. It comes up the floor. Williams tries to drive at the paint. Now dishes it to Katara Chapel, who will score from the right side off the window. And the Bulldogs with two layups, one from the left, one from the right up underneath the basket.
Yeah, the last one was made by a good offensive move by Okori. This one made by a good pass from Morgan Williams to get Chapel in a good position to score.
4-0, Mississippi State with a lead. Morton over on the right wing. Dribbles it behind her back. Now dribbling with the right hand. Kicks it out on the right wing. And she found Meeks. Meeks picks up her dribble, zips it inside over on the right block, and now a step back shot not there for Western Michigan. And now Jessing fires it up from three from the right side, not there. So a couple of misses for Western Michigan, and Victoria gets a rebound for Mississippi State. Dillingham falling down, kicks it back out on the wing. Vivians will fire the three. It's off the right iron, not there. And it's rebounded for a moment by Morton over on the baseline, but knocked out of there by Dominique Dillingham. So the Bulldogs will stay on defense, and they will show full court pressure to Western Michigan.
Not as cold today as it was in here a day ago.
No. Matter of fact, in the practice on Thursday, or Friday rather, it was really frigid in here, and the ball's going to roll out of bounds. The last touch by Western Michigan, and Morton lets it go over the sideline right here in front of us. Matter of fact, hit our table. And the Bulldogs will get the basketball back on their offensive end, so it'll be a front court, side court inbound to our right for Victoria Vivians. Reeves and Jessing, two bigs that can score for Western Michigan. Both missed shots on their offensive end a moment ago. Firing it up as Williams, top of the circle, not there, rims out. Jessing gets it right baseline and will bounce it up underneath the basket to Morton. So Morton brings it down the floor on the right side. She'll hand it off in front of the Mississippi State bench to her teammate, who zips it inside, and that's an assist for Shipman and a bucket for Morton. And it's 4-2. As Western Michigan has cut the Mississippi State lead in half, and that was scored from the right side. 7:42 remaining in the first quarter.
Nice job on the backdoor cut there by Western Michigan. Easy basket.
Dillingham will drive it left baseline. She's cut off, but an offensive foul is going to be called, and it's going to be against Dominique Dillingham, and that's going to be the first team foul for Mississippi State.
Just used her elbow to push off, trying to get some separation as she drove. A little quick on the whistle, but the call was made.
Full court pressure once again for Mississippi State, but Shipman and this Western Michigan Bronco team will beat it, and a whistle and a defensive foul on Mississippi State. And it's going to go against Chinway Corey. And it happened out on the perimeter. You don't want your bigs fouling out on the perimeter. You got to save those in the bank for aggressive play up underneath the basket defensively. To the right of the bucket. Meeks is going to inbound it. Looking. Now outlets it. Now top to Shipman over on the right side. Shipman will dribble to the right wing, trying to hand it off to Meeks. She does get it to Meeks. Meeks will drive it in the hole, bounce pass over the left block, and Morgan Williams steps in front of it, but she knocks it over the baseline, so it will remain with Western Michigan. 21 seconds on the shot clock, 7:15 on the game clock in the first quarter.
Bulldogs doing a nice job defensively so far.
Right of the bucket inbound, catch and shoot for Shipman, and she buries the three from the left wing.
I'll tell you what, that's a nice shot by Shipman. She barely even had her feet set. She made the catch and was letting that one go.
And Shipman can hit the outside shot and just did there. Zone defense for Western Michigan. They lob it inside to Chinway Corey over on the left block. She was double teamed, and then a steal by Reeves. And here comes Western Michigan, and now wide open is Jessing up underneath the basket. Point blank left side. She lays it off with her left hand off the backboard and scores it, and it's 7-4 Western Michigan. Nobody picked up Jessing. Bounce pass in the zone, and they penetrate the zone with that bounce pass to Chapel, and she hits a 13-footer straight away in the paint. Boy, Chapel is so tough from 15, 13 feet out, whether it be left elbow, right in the middle of the paint. Dribbling on top of the right side is Morton. Calls for help. Tries to hand it off to Shipman and can't. Morgan Williams running tight defense on her. Bounce pass up between the circles. And they're going to get Chinwe Corey with a bump near the midcourt line.
Well, that's a tough call. That ball was kind of loose out around midcourt. Both players were going after it. It wasn't as if she had gotten into a player who had possession of the basketball.
Going back to Shipman, 18 of her 22 makes are from behind the arc, so make it 19 of 23 now from the perimeter. So Chinwe Corey with 2 fouls on her here in the first quarter, 3 fouls on Mississippi State. Western Michigan has yet to foul. 6:26 remaining in the first quarter, 7-6. Broncos on top of the Bulldogs. Broncos with basketball possession to our left. Morton, left wing, drives it, pull-up jumper. It's any good over Morgan Williams from about 12 feet out left side. 9-6 is our score now. Western Michigan on top by 3. 6:10, 6:09, clock rolling first quarter. Kayla Nevitt has checked into the contest, and we have a whistle and a foul around the right block as Katera Chappell was fouled. It's going to be the first team foul on Western Michigan. I'm not certain who they're going to get that one on. Is that going to be on 50 or 30?
I think that's going to be on Reeves, number 50.
Yeah, so Reeves is going to pick up the foul, the first team foul for Western Michigan. Catch and shoot for Kayla Nevitt. Miss from the right baseline, but Tara McCowan, who's checked into the contest, will get the offensive board on the left side, spin to the right, and score it.
Nice offensive touch there by McCowan. Good rebound, not coming through the back. Didn't have position, but got up high.
All 4 buckets for MSU have come into paint. Shipman between the circles will lob it to Jessing. Top of the circle. She'll get it to Reeves, who drives the right baseline, dishes it off, but we got a block call on Morgan Williams. Boy, that's a size disadvantage for Morgan Williams as Shipman ran over right up underneath the basket. Shipman trying to get rid of it, but the whistle blows as she gets rid of the basketball. She was trying to go to the left block to a teammate. So that's a 14th foul on MSU. Bounce pass from the right of the bucket to the left wing to Jessing. Shipman will handle it and give it up to Meeks. And now we have a hand check foul on Kayla Nevitt. That's the 15th foul on the Bulldogs, and already now going to the line is Western Michigan with 5:31 remaining in the first quarter.
Wow, the fouls have come early and often here for the Bulldogs. As you mentioned, you've got Chinwe Corey with 2, and then now 3 others carrying a foul.
So Meeks will go to the foul line, just seeing action for the second time this season. Transfer from Trinity Valley Community College. And it's going to be a 10-8 lead as she makes the free throw. So we don't have a lot of statistics on her. Played for Atlanta Lovato at Trinity Valley. Of course, Lovato now with Mississippi State. Meeks yesterday did not attempt a free throw, so it's her first 2 free throws of the season, and she makes them both. She scored 10 points yesterday against Gardner-Webb. So it's an 11-8 lead for Western Michigan. Morgan Williams, top of the circle, over to Nevitt. She'll fire a 3 left wing. This time hit it. That's her second 3, and she hits it. The Bulldogs now will tie the basketball game up at 11 apiece. And now we have a whistle and a...
Now we're going to have a foul as well, I believe. Number 50.
So it's going to be away from the basketball.
Reeves called for the foul away from the basket, and the basket will count. And the Bulldogs will get the basketball as well.
So that's the second on Reeves, just the second on the team for Western Michigan, so she has both team fouls. So the Bulldogs are going to go out for the basketball. Everybody going out to receive the passes. Morgan Williams right at the bucket. Now outlet it to Dominic Dillingham. It's going to be knocked free and over the sideline by Jessing. That was kind of a high lob that Jessing was able to get up on. Jessing is a 6'3" forward. He knocked it out of bounds. Dominic Dillingham has an open shot left wing, and she'll bury it. Back-to-back left wing threes. And one trip down the floor for Mississippi State, and the Bulldogs are up 14-11.
Boy, you take a 6-point trip anytime you could get it. That's what the Bulldogs had there. Nevitt and Dillingham hitting threes from that left side.
And already a nominee for plays of the game. Your Built Ford Tech play of the game. 14-11, Mississippi State on top under 5 to play first quarter, and now lob inside. And it's going to go over Meeks' head and over the baseline. So a turnover for Western Michigan. Morton trying to find Meeks around the right block and just went over her head, and the pass sailed out of bounds. So the Bulldogs, with 4:43 remaining here in the first quarter, have taken the lead. They were down by 3 as they came down the floor. It was a 3-pointer by Kayla Nevitt, then a foul on Western Michigan. So Bulldogs kept basketball possession, then Dominique Dillingham knocked down a three. Are you interested in earning a degree online? Mississippi State University has a variety of online programs to choose from. To learn more about online degrees offered by MSU, visit distance.msstate.edu. Back in a moment. 4:43 remaining in the first quarter. 14-11, Mississippi State leads Western Michigan. This is Mississippi State women's basketball from Northfield Sports.
Head to your Michelin dealer today for the exciting new Michelin Defender tire. Michelin's best passenger car and minivan tire ever. The Michelin Defender is backed by a 90,000-mile limited warranty and combines safety, long tread wear, and fuel efficiency, so you can have everything you want without sacrifice. See for yourself at your local Michelin dealer. Find the right Michelin tire and get the expert service you deserve at Bates Tire in Columbus. See manufacturer's limited warranty book for details.
We think you deserve a faster online experience. Introducing Exceed Broadband from Viasat, bringing together the highest capacity satellite in the world and state-of-the-art technology to give you super fast speeds. Think what you could do with that. Watch videos, TV shows and movies, share photos, video chat, send files and more. All faster. Think fast. Think Exceed Broadband. For more information, terms and conditions, call Franklin Telephone at 1-877-422-1212.
Do the holidays get you down? Holidays are supposed to be a time of joy and celebration, but for many people, they're anything but. Depression may occur at any time of the year, but the stress and anxiety of the holiday season may cause those who are usually happy and content to feel lonely and sad. If you feel you need support to cope with your feelings, Baptist Behavioral Health Golden Triangle Outpatient Services can help. Please call 662-244-2560 or 1-800-362-7902.
Back to action here in Puerto Rico. Mississippi State with basketball possession and up 14-11. Kayla Nevitt, right wing, lobs it right block to McCowan, and she'll score it, and she's fouled. So Tiara McCowan will go to the foul line. McCowan now with 4 points in the game. Bulldogs shooting 66.7% before that bucket, 6 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 7 for the Broncos for 57.1%. So Tiara McCowan, who didn't play yesterday, goes to the free throw line, shooting 65% from the free throw line. Second on the team in scoring 9.2 points per contest, and she converts the old-fashioned three-point play. And the Bulldogs are on a 9-0 run. And Mississippi State almost still in the backcourt, full-court pressure. Now Morgan Williams with her second foul. As she jumps up to tip the pass away, she runs into Shipman. And so they collide, and it's going to be on Morgan Williams. So shooting free throws now will be Shipman. Meredith Shipman is a 5'10" guard out of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Jasmine Holmes is at the scorer's table. Did not play a lot yesterday for Mississippi State, but she's going to have to carry the load here for a while. Looks like in the first half now with William with a pair of fouls.
Shipman has not missed a free throw this season, and she's now 5 for 5 with that make. Came in 4 for 4 in the year. And Shipman, we told you earlier, can shoot the three. She shoots it at a 47% clip.
Yeah, even better now, having made one today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she has been quite the marksman.
She makes them both 6 for 6 on the season, and it's 17-12 to break a 9-0 run by MSU. Kayla Nevitt works with it right wing. Now to Holmes, top of the circle. She splits two defenders and takes it to the basket and lays it off the glass with the right hand. Boy, some explosiveness from the backup point guard for Mississippi State, Jasmine Holmes, and now a whistle and a foul on Mississippi State in the backcourt. The Bulldogs have been foul happy here in the first quarter. And we haven't seen them called for so many fouls with their full-court pressure this season like we have today. And Blair Schaefer's going to check in now. Nevitt's going to pick up her first personal. Bulldogs are already over 5 team fouls for the first quarter. So Schaefer will check in a moment after Meek's free throw, which she made a pair at the beginning of the game. Meeks is, go ahead.
I'll say that time Nevitt just a little bit out of control. It wasn't even going for the basketball. It just basically tripped into the player for Western Michigan in Meeks and got called for the foul. But you're exactly right, Jason. Bulldogs getting called for a lot of fouls. And the frustrating thing is that the fouls are not in a situation where they're defending hard. It's just they're kind of silly fouls, basically. Plays that really should otherwise have no impact.
Deborah Meeks makes both free throws. The Benton Harbor, Michigan native, 5'8" senior, has come back with a vengeance. Is eligible actually to play for the first time for Western Michigan. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll let you know about Meeks. She played for the first time yesterday, became eligible, had to sit out the first semester, first so many games, and is eligible to play now. And so it was tough for Mississippi State to scout on, but thankfully there's Elena Lovato with the Mississippi State staff to be able to help. Of course, Deanna Jackson had the scout for this game, and going through walkthrough this morning, they were informing the players about Meeks and her abilities. As we said, scored 10 points yesterday in their win over Gardner-Webb. It was 71-44, so Western Michigan with a big win over the Bulldogs of Gardner-Webb. They're trying to beat another team named Bulldogs, but they trailed by 19-15 with 4:04 to go in the first quarter. So Brianna Richardson has checked in the game for MSU. You've got Blair Schaefer, Brianna Richardson, also Jasmine Holmes, Tara McCowan, and Dominique Dillingham. Holmes, pull-up jumper, right side of the lane. Back out, not there. It was from 10 feet out, and it's going to be rebounded on the right side by Western Michigan. Also checking into the contest, Brooks. Latondra Brooks for Western Michigan. She's going to be bumped hard on the right side, and Tierra McCowan's going to pick up the foul, and she's going to reach down and help her up. That was wasn't that McCowan just ran into her? She ran into McCowan, and it's going to be a block, but McCowan like a brick wall down there. So Latondra Brooks out of Oak Lawn, Illinois will go to the foul line. So far this season, shooting 70% from the foul line. Brooks' free throws from the way, and it rattles in good.
Vic Schaefer frustrated with that foul call because, as you said, McCowan went straight up, and that's the point he's making.
The problem is, like with Chinwe Okorie and Tia McCowan, they're so strong, and they're going to make things look like it's their fault, or the contact is going to be absorbed better by them than other players. She misses the free throw. The second one, she made one of two. Bulldogs with a rebound, and Brianna Richardson can't score from the left side. It goes off the window and rebounded by Western Michigan. So Shipman comes down the floor, and she runs over Blair Schaefer, and that is going to be an offensive foul. Blair Schaefer is the best in the SEC at that. It's unofficial, but in our opinion, of course, and Blair Schaefer comes in and draws the charge, and that's something the Bulldogs looked to do early on yesterday and couldn't get it done. Yeah, they were getting a lot of block calls.
Yeah, a lot of questionable block calls.
Schaefer catches it left wing. Now will push it nicely to the left block to Brianna Richardson, and can't get the roll, but she gets her own miss, sticks it back up, partially blocked. Dominique Dillingham puts it up from the right side, not there. McCowan sticks it in and good. Boy, that's 3-4 looks for the Bulldogs right around the basket, and McCowan's foul, and we'll go to the foul line.
Yeah, a number of looks from point-blank range for Mississippi State, but then McCowan just finally grabbed the basketball and put it in. She did a very good job, too, of keeping the ball over her head and not bringing it down low where it could be blocked.
Great point. McCowan with 7 points, looking for 8. She has 8. She's made both free throws on 3-point play opportunities. Tara McCowan, 6'7", out of Brenham, Texas. She's the freshman for Mississippi State. It's one-on-one with Holmes and Shipman in the backcourt. Shipman gets across the timeline. Will pick up her dribble and go to Jessie on the right wing. She'll drive it out of control, and how is that going to be a block call when she was out of control?
Oh, wow.
That's a terrible call. She just fell into her defender and threw the basketball up with a little hook shot, and now Jessie is going to go to the foul line. And Vic Schaefer has an argument there. Jessica Jessing, 75% free throw shooter, but misses her first off the front iron out there.
You see Jessing that time fell out of the free throws, fell backwards, and just never got anything into it.
And she fell out of control with her shot from the field. Makes the second. It's 22-17 Bulldogs on top with 2:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Holmes jumps up, dumps it from the top of the key down to McCowan, puts it on the floor, spins to her left off the iron out there, but Dominique Dillingham somehow gets the board right up underneath the basket in traffic. And boy, she's one of the better, smaller players to be able to do that.
Yeah, over half her rebounds come on the offensive end. Just phenomenal.
Holmes drives it left of the key, dishes it out on the wing to Dillingham. Mid-range jumper for Dillingham, long not there, and it's a scramble for it around the baseline, and a double team now as the Bulldogs. They're going to double team Mix, and we have a whistle, and I think it's a jump ball call.
Oh, they call a timeout. Right, but that's a interesting award of the timeout.
And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll remind you from the Mississippi Office of Homeland Security that The public safety is everyone's responsibility. Terrorists and other criminals can't be identified by appearance or nationality, but rather by their actions. If you see something suspicious, please report it to local law enforcement or a person of authority. Describe specifically what you observed, including who or what you saw, when you saw it, where it occurred, and why it's suspicious. Report suspicious activity by phone to 888-4SAFE-MS or 601-933-7200. Online reporting, homelandsecurity.ms.gov. If you see something, say something. A reminder from the Mississippi Department of Homeland Security. So 2:25 remaining here in the first quarter, 22-17. The Bulldogs are on top. Western Michigan basketball, though, going from right to left down the floor. They'll inbound it, full court pressure. Brooks works with it, dribbling with the right hand. Now the left as she takes it in the paint, and she dishes it to the left block, but there's a whistle and a foul on the Bulldogs. Is that going to be on Jasmine Holmes?
I think that it is. And to explain a little bit when we say we think that it is, we do have a scoreboard here, and it sometimes puts a player in the number up there, and this time it did.
It's to the point I don't even look up there sometimes. It's not there. But so Holmes will pick up her first personal, and the free throw by Brooks is sitting good. Latondra Brooks, a 70% free throw shooter, was 7 of 10 coming in to this game. Free throw on the way, and the second one's in good. So it's 22-19. Both free throws made by Brooks. 2:12 remaining for a quarter. Jasmine Holmes almost drove a pivot foot. Got it to Richardson at the free throw line. Back to Holmes. Now working with it, Dillingham left wing. Holmes lobs it top of the circle to Tierra McCowan. Right block. She puts it up, and it good. Tierra McCowan scores, and she has 10 points in this ballgame. Now they outlet it on the outlet pass, and it's blocked from behind. Oh, my goodness gracious. Tierra McCowan running the floor well. Now here come the Bulldogs down the floor. That was Miracle Woods who had her shot blocked from behind. Brianna Richardson, left to three, top of the circle. Drives it right of the lane. Now kicks it out on the baseline right side. And it's put up by Schaefer right out there, and it's rebounded out top. At the top of the key by Shipman in Western Michigan. And now zipping it and putting the shot up, and in and good is Jessing from the left baseline. She was near the left block. And it's 24-21, Mississippi State on top with 1:20 remaining. Jasmine Holmes looks back at Vic Schaefer. Nice crowd on hand, by the way, here at Ruben Montana's Coliseum. A lot of Bulldog fans in attendance. Made their way from Starkville, from Texas, and all over. Spinning in the lane to the left, putting it up is Dominique Dillingham. Rims out and out there, and we have a whistle and a foul. That's going to be against Tierra McCowan as she came over the back for opponent. It's 24-21. State on top with 1:03 remaining in the first quarter. So shooting free throws, I believe it's going to be Shipman.
There's been a ton of scoring in this quarter, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that the clock has been stopped a lot for foul calls.
And it's been a long first quarter. This has been a frequently whistled contest. Actually, I take that back. It's going to be Miracle Woods out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. 5'11" senior will fire it up, back out and out there, and it kicks out back to her at the free throw line. Miracle Woods this season shooting 56% from the free throw line, 9 of 16 coming in. She's now 9 of 17 as Tierra McCowan and Dominique Dillingham will check out. Checking in, Victoria Vivians and Brianna Richardson. Second free throw, though, is good. A couple of missed free throws for Western Michigan here in the first quarter. 1 minute remaining before the second quarter. It's a 2-point game, 24-22. The Bulldogs, since Tierra McCowan had her bucket a few possessions ago, have been scoreless on the offensive end. Driving in left baseline, Jasmine Holmes. She's going to be blocked by Brooks. Well, they like to call the block call. They've had one offensive foul called in this game as far as a charge, and that went against Western Michigan. So Jasmine Holmes is going to go to the foul line. A chance to extend the lead with 50.1 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Jasmine Holmes so far this season, 10 for 10 from the foul line. Free throw on the way, and off the front iron out there. She missed her first of her Bulldog career. So now 10 for 11. Looking for her 11th free throw in the season and the 25th point for Mississippi State. Free throw on the way, and it good. It's 25-22. Bulldogs on top by 3 with 50.1 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Well, Holmes has done a nice job since she checked in the ball game, really showing her quickness on the offensive end.
Checking into the contest, Brianna Mobley off the bench. And she replaces Brooks. Shipman working with it over on the right wing. Mississippi State, tough man-to-man defense. They lob it inside, looking for Woods. Woods got it somehow. That was a tough grab, and she tries to go from right to left in the paint. And it's going to be knocked out of there by Mississippi State over the baseline with 14 to shoot and 33.3 seconds on the game clock in the first quarter. It's 25-22. Mississippi State with the lead over Western Michigan. Earlier today, it was Florida Gulf Coast with a win over Arizona, 57-55. And driving in the paint, and shot blocked by Sharice Williams, who's checked into the contest. And here comes Victoria Vivian's a bounce pass over on the right side to Jasmine Holmes. Has her shot blocked, and is saved in bounds over the baseline by Western Michigan from the right side. Boy, that was a great defensive series for Western Michigan. They defended that transition very, very well. 13, 12, 11 seconds, so they'll hold for the final shot as the shot clock is off. And a bounce pass and a foul by Jasmine Holmes as she grabbed Shipman around the right elbow.
Yeah, that was a good call. She was trying to deny the entry pass, but not a foul you want to pick up. And that will lead once again to Western Michigan free throws.
Morgan Williams will check in after this free throw. Shipman on the way with it, and it kicks off to the right. Well, Western Michigan has struggled with their first free throw, but generally have made the second. Checking out of the contest is Jessing as Meeks checks back in. Shipman will have another free throw coming her way. And there it is. Morgan Williams is now out on the floor. It's now 25-23, two-point game. Bulldogs now have the final shot. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and Morgan Williams got her defender in the air. Spun to her right, put it up, still got a piece of it, was a defender, and it's going to run out the clock in the first quarter. So Morgan Williams couldn't score. On Mississippi State's offensive end, it's 25-23. Bulldogs will take a 2-point lead into the second quarter of play. For all of your banking, lending, and financial services, visit any of the Renaissance Bank convenient locations in person or visit them on the web at renaissancebank.com to see how they can serve you. Renaissance Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Bulldogs will take a lead into the second period here in Puerto Rico. Back at the Puerto Rico Classic. In just a moment, this is Mississippi State women's basketball from Learfield Sports.
Man, our offense.
Puerto Rico. Esta bomba yo la dedico a toda mi gente de Puerto Rico, a la familia Fontanet, allá en Cupe Alto y Lo Mejía en Vega Baja. ¡Que gocen! ¡Sí! Bomba, bomba.
6'7" freshman making a difference for the Bulldogs in the early going.
Yeah, we do not have stats monitors here, so we're relying on the statistics to be brought to us after each timeout. 25-23, Western Michigan ball to our left, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Western Michigan touched it last over the baseline to our left, so the Bulldogs will go from left to right down the floor to their offensive end up by 2. 10 seconds into the second quarter, 9:49, 9:48, clock rolling. Kayla Nevitt at the free throw line. will back it outside on the to the right. Schaefer works with the top of the circle. Morgan Williams now top of the key. Over to Kayla Nevitt, right wing. Brianna Richardson has it right wing. Now we'll go between the circles to Morgan Williams. She'll get to the free throw line and kick it out. Now Nevitt drives it and floats it with the right hand, and it goes as she drove the baseline left side. Good ball movement, too, by the Bulldogs out on the perimeter, opening up that shot for Kayla Nevitt.
Nice penetration by Kayla Nevitt.
Now the pass goes long over Morton's head. The Bulldogs will get it with Blair Schaefer still in the backcourt, zipping the pass, the ball around the perimeter, rather, and it was loose for a moment. Shipman almost came up with it over on the left wing, but Morgan Williams gets it back. Brianna Richardson calls for it. 17-foot jumper on the way, and it's off the air, not there. Kicks off to the left, and it's going to be rebounded by Shipman. Bulldogs had a couple of good looks, just couldn't get it to go down. 27-23. Bulldogs on top. 8:50 remaining in the first half. Oh, nice pass to Meeks over on the right block. She'll spin to her right and go right to the bucket uncontested and will score. She had a defender fronting her, and once they got the ball to her, she was able to turn and score. 27-25 as Western Michigan cuts it to 2 again. Kayla Nevitt, left wing, bounce pass inside of Sharice Williams, who kicks it out very hard on a zip pass to Morgan Williams. And now lobbing it inside for Sharice Williams. Williams will have it knocked away from her and over the baseline. Nevitt tapping her chest, saying my bad, as she lobbed it in there to Sharice Williams. But Western Michigan, it went off Mississippi State. So Western Michigan will have basketball possession and slapping the basketball to Shipman, facing full court pressure. Got it to full court pressure, rather. She got it to Morton, who almost walled with the basketball in the backcourt. Shipman takes it, floats it high off the glass with the right hand, can't get it to go. She tried to tie the basketball game, but Sharice Williams will pull down the rebound. Here comes Morgan Williams flying down the floor and will take it coast to coast and score it for the right side.
Wow, that was a big-time athletic play by Morgan Williams. She just raced down the floor and tough layup, but got it to go.
Oh, her speed, 29-25. Mississippi State on top. Shipman being guarded by Blair Schaefer, both wearing number 1. And now Sharice Williams will knock this basketball over the sideline as she came in and swatted it from her defender. Meeks was trying to get it at the top of the circle. And it ricocheted off Sharice Williams' hand and goes out of bounds in a hurry. So front court, side court inbound to our left. Western Michigan has it as they get across the timeline. They inbounded it to the backcourt. 7 seconds to shoot. 7:34 on the game clock. Morton almost walked with it again around the left block, and it's a double triple call. So that'll turn it over with 1 on the shot clock. They were about to turn it over anyway because Western Michigan wasn't getting that shot up. So 25-29, Bulldogs on top with basketball possession.
Yeah, Meeks had the ball and just kind of got caught in her midsection, just couldn't get it to the floor to get the dribble down.
7:20 remaining. Schaefer, right wing, splits 2 defenders, puts the shot up short off the right arm out there. Just didn't have enough push on it to get it over the cylinder. And it was the last touch by the Bulldogs, so Western Michigan will get it back. Shipman will inbound it again. Bulldogs full court pressure. Morton had it, gave it back to Shipman, who comes up the floor on the right side, now middle of the floor, and will take it coast to coast, and it's going to be a block call on Blair Schaefer.
And Schaefer was running step for step, but just never did establish position against Shipman, and well, that's the last person you want to send to the free throw line. I suppose they're going to say she was in the act of shooting.
Shipman 6 for 6 on the season from the free throw line, looking to go 7 for 7 and does. Boy, and every one of her shots just center the cylinder.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's not even close to missing.
Meeks will check out. Brooks will check back in. So you got Brooks, Morton, Shipman. Mobley is checked into the contest, as well as Meeks out there. Excuse me. I beg your pardon, Woods. Meeks just sent out. Bulldogs will have Katira Chappell, Morgan Williams, Blair Schaefer, Kayla Nevitt, and Sharice Williams out there. Blair Schaefer thought about a 3 right wing, didn't have it. Now Morgan Williams pull-up jumper just inside the free throw line, and it's back out out there, and it was rebounded by Brooks, and they're quickly down the floor. Boy, Western Michigan's playing very sloppy, but they're holding on to the basketball as Chappell's going to knock it over the sideline just to our left, near side. It just seemed like Brooks was kind of out of control as she was going down the floor, but never lost handle of it. Morton's going to check out. And Jessing's going to check back in for Western Michigan. Inbounding it is Shipman as she goes to the free throw line to Jessing, and Jessing puts it up from the right side and scores it over Kayla Nevitt.
Well, that was just too easy. Jessing just ran around the screen, got to the basket, and the pass was right there for her.
So 1 point game, 29-28. Dogs on top with basketball possession to our right. Morgan Williams, top of the key to the right elbow. Now got it to Chappell on the right wing. Now past her defender is Williams. Got up in the air and decided not to shoot the basketball. They kicked it out on the wing to Kayla Nevitt, and that's Morgan Williams' fault. She'll turn it over as Nevitt kind of screwed up her face and looked at her like, what were you doing? When she got in the air, she decided to kick it out on the wing.
Well, it's just what happens. Sometimes you get in the air and you get a little bit indecisive, and that's the worst thing you can do is get in the air with the basketball and not be sure what you're going to do with it. And now the Bulldogs clinging to a 1 point lead, Western Michigan with the ball.
Yeah, she had the shot though, didn't she? I didn't see a defender right there in her face.
I think just a case of trying to be unselfish. She had forced one a bit ago and probably just got a little too careful.
Trying to draw the defense to her, I guess. And going from the right block to the left block, and then putting it up is Meeks. It's not there. It's tipped around the ball. It's going to have the rebound. Here comes Jasmine Holmes down the floor. Left side. Jasmine Holmes going to dish it to Sharice Williams left side. She went a little wild with her shot. It goes high off the backboard. Kicks off to the right. Will go over the baseline. Last touch by, is that Western Michigan? Pierre McCowan's going to check in for Sharice Williams. And after that shot, you knew a substitution was coming. Sharice Williams just went a little too wild. She had the position but just couldn't score it. So Holmes will lob it to McCowan. McCowan will have it knocked away from her, and it's going to go into the hands of Western Michigan in the paint. So the brown and gold comes out of it with it, wearing white uniforms for this contest. They're the home team. Brooks, right wing, being guarded heavily by Blair Schaefer. Goes on the skip pass from right to left. Jessing, left wing three, rattles out and out there. Ball loose in the paint, and Kayla Nevitt runs in there and gets it just inside the free throw line. Down the middle of the floor is Nevitt to Schaefer, right wing. Zips it to Katara Chappell. Puts him on the floor and goes wild with her shot over the cylinder from the right side. She airballed it, and Western Michigan with the offside board. And they run the floor well, and Meeks is going to score it and break the tie. And it's going to be 31-29, Western Michigan. Or they just tie it up. Still says 29-29 up on the board.
Yeah, it should be 31.
31, yeah, okay.
The scoreboard's been all over the place.
Tara McCowan has it loose from her. And she was working with it left block, and Western Michigan's going to force it out of there. And here comes the Broncos down the floor. Brianna Richardson about to check in. Also a couple of substitutions for Western Michigan at the next stoppage of play. Bulldogs just being outplayed so far right now. And Meeks drives it right baseline. Ball's loose. It rolls out near the midcourt line, and picking it up is Shipman. Jesse will drive it from the left side, and she's going to be fouled. Tara Chappell is going to pick up the foul, and that's going to be the... Well, they have 24 fouls on Mississippi State up on the board, and as you said, they've been all over the place, and I can't look at my stat sheet from the last time we got it because I could be incorrect with the foul. So we're going to take a timeout. We'll try to correct the foul information on Mississippi State, and Katara Chappell picked up the foul just a moment ago. 31-29, Bulldogs with a 2-point lead here in Puerto Rico. Basketball fans love a great drive to the basket, and drivers love a great drive on the road. So always fill up with Texaco Tech-Ron. For great performance you can count on. Texaco Tech-Ron, keep humming along. Mississippi State and Western Michigan will return with 4:39 remaining in the first half in just a moment. This is Mississippi State women's basketball from Learfield Sports.
RZR Ranger Sportsman Ace. Get the gift of horsepower during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event with financing as low as 2.99% and rebates up to $1,500. It's the perfect time to get the machine you've always wanted. Go to Polaris.com or stop by Adventure ATV in Westport today. Offers valid in U.S. subject to credit approval and valid on new 2010 through 2016 models. Good through 12/31/15. See dealer for details. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Polaris adult models for riders age 16 and older. Always wear a helmet and be sure to take a training course. Polaris machines are not intended for on-road use.
This is Patrick Lindley with Starkville Computers. When it comes to computers, we can fix it, buy it, or you can even trade it in for a new one. We repair all brands of computers, including Macs. And we also stock a variety of refurbished machines as well as new ones. And hey, business owners, we'd love to talk with you about your office communications needs, including telephone and internet solutions. Visit us at StarkvilleComputers.com or call 324-7272.
We're the folks who keep you connected.
Think if you live in a rural area
area, you have to settle for a slow online experience? We think that's crazy. Introducing Exceed Broadband from Viasat. It's the highest capacity satellite in the world, and it makes everything faster. Streaming videos, TV shows, and movies, sharing photos, video chatting, sending files, and more. Think fast, think Exceed Broadband. For more information, terms, and conditions, call Delta Telephone at 1-877-433-7878.
Jessica Jessing makes both free throws. She's a 75% free throw shooter, and Western Michigan extends their lead to 33-29 with 4:34 remaining before halftime.
16 points at the free throw line for Western Michigan to just 3 for Mississippi State.
Jasper Holmes, top of the circle, drives it, has it knocked out of there as Western Michigan was digging. They put it up, and it's off the iron out there, and it's an offensive board and stick back not there for Tierra McCowan. And the Broncos have the board. They come down the floor on the right side with Shipman. Shipman dribbling with the right and left hand. Not at the same time. And now we'll lob it inside. And Mobley tries to put it up, and it's going to be knocked away by the Bulldogs. Blair Schaefer comes out of there with it on the baseline. And Jasmine Holmes, middle of the floor, kicks it out to Victoria Vivians over on the left side. Vivians will get it to Jasmine Holmes, who ran behind Tierra McCowan for a moment. And now Brianna Richardson will take it to the hole, stick it up any good, and they're going to wave off the... How is that an offensive foul? And they're going to call it on Brianna Richardson. And that's going to be the second team foul on Mississippi State. That's the third on number 3, Brianna Richardson. Inbounding it, going right to down the floor and facing full court pressure is Western Michigan. Bulldogs have not been in good favor with the officials here in this first half. Shipman will fire 3 left corner, bury it. And it's now 36-29.
Well, situation right here, Mississippi State needs to just keep their composure, run their offense. A lot of basketball. We're still in the first half, so no need to panic, but the Bulldogs are going to have to work hard.
2-3 zone for Western Michigan. This trip down the floor. They get it in the corner to Blair Schaefer, left side. Schaefer back to Vivian's left wing. 14 to shoot. Jasmine Holmes, top of the circle over to Richardson, right wing. She'll try to go on the skip pass. It's tipped up to Vivians. Vivians catches it, throws it up, and it's off the front iron out there. Richardson got the offensive board. Gave it to Vivians, driving left baseline, sticks it off the window, and it good. The Bulldogs stopped the bleeding. It's a 5-point game now, 36-31. State trails.
First points of the game for Victoria Vivians.
And that's not a good sign. When Vivians doesn't have points, the Bulldogs normally are trailing. Morton behind the back, dribble, drive to the basket, puts it up with the left hand, not there. Little scoop with the left hand. Bulldogs got the defensive board right. Jasmine Holmes will try to go back out to Tierra McCowan at the free throw line. Goes to Schaefer over in the left corner, back out to Victoria Vivians, who now pushes it up with the right hand and is fouled. She doesn't get it to go off the iron, but she'll go to the free throw line.
Here's what I like about that right there is that Vivians decided not to settle for a tough jump shot. Instead, she drove and gets to the free throw line, which is something the Bulldogs have not done. 20 free throw attempts for Western Michigan to just 4 for Mississippi State so far.
Victoria Vivians, a 72% free throw shooter, will make it there. Averaging 18.6 points per contest. Brianna Richardson will check out. Katera Chappell will check in her place. Also, Miracle Woods will come in and place Brianna Mobley for Western Michigan. So Woods will camp out over on the right block. Reeves camping out on the left block. Having to box out Tierra McCowan, which is not an easy feat. Vivians makes both free throws. And the Bulldogs pull within 3, 36-33.
Now you want to defend, but you don't want to make a silly foul. The Bulldogs have had a number of those.
Shipman works out top of the right side. And Holmes knocked it out of there, but Shipman got it back and will pass it over on the right baseline to Jessing. Jessing will kick it out on the left wing. Morton works with it, zips it into Jessing, who will score right up underneath the basket. And Jessing got rid of it on the right baseline, ran up in the paint, called for the basketball. Morton zipped it in there. Looked like a quarterback finding a receiver and threading the needle in the end zone. Vivians at the free throw line, turns, shoots, front iron not there. McCowan on the offensive board, stick back not there, but she's fouled. And the good news for Tierra McCowan, when she misses, it's not bad. It's just off the front iron or just can't get the roll. You know, some post players, especially true freshmen, hurry shots when they're down low.
Yeah,
but not Tierra.
Yeah, certainly not. It shows a lot of touch with the basketball. She is a good shooter.
So McCowan, as we said, coming in a 65% free throw shooter. Will stick it up in and good. She's made a couple of free throws in this game. She's converted on a couple of three-point play opportunities for Vic Schaefer and this Mississippi State staff.
Well, the Bulldogs finally getting to shoot some free throws. This will be their 8th attempt, but 16 points for Western Michigan at the free throw line today.
The Coliseum goes quiet because it's mostly Mississippi State fans here, and the free throw is going to roll off the rim to the left, and it's going to be rebounded by Meeks. So here comes Shipman down the floor on the right side. Out top of the right side, now works it on the right wing. Bounce pass to Jennings, out top left side. Jennings is going to be stripped of the basketball by Chapel. Vivians has it. Now a whistle and a foul on Woods. So Victoria Vivians picked up the loose ball, and she was fouled by Miracle Woods, and Woods is slow to get up.
That's going to be her second personal foul. The Bulldogs maybe a little bit unlucky there in terms of the foul call because they'll have to play it in.
Yep.
And probably had a breakaway had.
Yeah, I agree. Vivians was running with it, and the Bulldogs were going to have numbers too. Second personal foul, as you mentioned, on Woods, the third team foul here in the second quarter for Western Michigan. Vivians puts it up point blank, about 7 feet away, right around the arc. They're inside the paint. It's the charge block arc, and she scores it. The Bulldogs are within 2, 38-36. Meeks coming up the floor with the basketball in the middle of the floor, being guarded by Victoria Vivians, 101. Bulldogs man-to-man defense. Now we have a walk call, and that's on Meeks. She's going to argue that she shuffled her feet, took the extra step, and then turn it over. At the last time out, the turnovers look like this. Mississippi State was 6, Western Michigan was 7. I believe that's the 8th turnover, or excuse me, 9th turnover, if my calculations are correct, for the Broncos. Jasmine Holmes, right wing, zips it top of the circle to Victoria Vivians. 17 to shoot, 55 seconds before halftime. Holmes will drive it in the paint from the right side, lob it, left block over to Tia McCowan, just inside the left block, and will score it left side.
Look, that's a absolutely beautiful pass by Holmes. She got into the lane and just floated it up there, hit it where only McCowan could get it.
And Jasmine Holmes, one of the best in the nation at assist-to-turnover ratio. Actually, she is the best. Number one coming into this tournament. It's tied at 38 apiece with 35.8 seconds left. Ball was knocked over the baseline to our left on Western Michigan's offensive end. It was last touched by the maroon and white. Bounce pass from the right of the bucket into Woods. Woods drives it left baseline, spins around the left block. There's a walk and nothing called. The Mississippi State fans about to come out of the stands when that whistle didn't blow, and the ball is going to be lost over the baseline, and it will be Mississippi State basketball.
Yeah, Bulldogs going to take a 30-second timeout right here, and you might as well. There's 29.5 seconds left in the first half under the new rules this year. Each team has 4 timeouts, but you can only take 3 of those into the second half. So it was a use it or lose it type situation. The Bulldogs have a chance to draw up an offensive play, maybe play for the last shot here. Although the Bulldogs don't always do that. Sometimes they will take the first good shot that comes along.
Mississippi State women's basketball is brought to you by the F-150, the official truck of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And Charlie, the bowl season has begun. Mississippi State will play North Carolina State on December the 30th in Charlotte in the Belk Bowl. Airtime is 12:30 with the C-Spire Wireless tailgate show. Mark Gregory and Matt Wyatt will have that for you. And they'll be joined by John Carrero and Jim Ellis. And then the call of the game at 2:30 p.m. with Jim Ellis, John Carrero, and Matt Wyatt. It'll be Dak Prescott's final football game wearing maroon. The Bulldogs will be the home team, so they will wear maroon jerseys. We're back to action. Walking up the floor, Jasmine Holmes gets across the timeline, middle of the floor. Now works out top on the left side, comes back middle of the floor. Dribbling with the right hand. Just running the clock down. Shot clock is off. 14 seconds, 13 seconds. Bulldogs trying to take a lead into the locker room. Vivians comes out to the right corner. Nothing there. And Chapel will score it from the right baseline from 13 feet out. And the Bulldogs take the lead. 40-38. Ball loose on the floor. Dominique Dillingham has it in the backcourt, but can't get the shot off before the buzzer sounds. So the Bulldogs will take a 2-point lead into the locker room at the half. 40-38. Today's halftime show is brought to you by Columbus Orthopedic Clinic, your comprehensive orthopedic clinic covering the Golden Triangle area and beyond. Trust one place, Columbus Orthopedic, sports medicine, orthopedic care, and physical therapy. We'll be back with the Columbus Orthopedic halftime show in a moment. Bulldogs lead at 40-38 over the Broncos of Western Michigan here at the half. This is Mississippi State women's basketball from Learfield Sports.
Whatever you're tasting. Angela.
But before you take that paintbrush to your wallet, get the debit card that already rocks your school's colors. With the Mississippi State Bancorp South MasterCard debit card, you get the free mobile banking app, free online banking, and more. Plus, you get to show off your team pride every time you use it. I suggest using yours to buy paint remover. Add the Mississippi State debit card to any personal checking account today at bancorpsouth.com/MSU. Member FDIC, certain fees and restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Brant Galloway with Galloway Chandler McKinney Insurance. As a business manager, are you familiar with business income coverage? When a property claim occurs, a typical property policy will cover repairs and replacement. But business income insurance provides for loss of income when your business is unable to operate as usual. It can also take care of extra expenses incurred like rent and utilities while the business is trying to rebuild. Let Galloway Chandler McKinney Insurance visit with you about assessing your needs. We are your trusted business partner.
Visit GCMinsurance.com.
Debbie, have you set up an appointment for a breast exam yet?
Oh, Mom, I've been so busy I forgot. Besides, I'm still young.
Deb, you know since I've been diagnosed with breast cancer, you have a high risk of having it. Breast care and awareness is important in any stage of life. Commitment to stay breast aware starts with healthy habits, including regular doctor visits. Please call the OCH Center for Breast Health and Imaging today and schedule your appointment. Here's the number, 662-615-3800.
You're right, Mom. Let's get this done.
Halftime here in Puerto Rico. The Bulldogs of Mississippi State engaged in this women's basketball game with the Western Michigan Broncos. Bulldogs lead at 40-38. The game being played here in Trujillo Alto, just outside of San Juan at the Ruben Zayas Montañez Coliseum. Looking at team statistics in the first half, Bulldogs shot at 16 of 39, 41%. Western Michigan, meanwhile, 10 of 20, 50% from the field. Bulldogs 2 of 5 from three-point range. Western Michigan was 2 of 3. The big difference was the free throws. Bulldogs 6 out of 8, but Western Michigan got there 20 times, made 16, so outscored the Bulldogs at the free throw line by 10 in the first half. Big part of that, Bulldogs committed 15 personal fouls, 9 for Western Michigan. Points in the paint, Bulldogs had the edge 22-12. Also had the edge in points off turnovers 16-8. Turnovers, by the way, Western Michigan had 11. Mississippi State had 7. Bulldogs had 8 second chance points, allowed none. And Bulldogs had 2 fast break points. 21 points for Mississippi State were scored off the bench, and Tiara McCowan led the way in that department. She had 13 of those. So Bulldogs lead at 40-38. We'll come back, look at individual scoring in a moment. You're listening to MSU Women's Basketball from Learfield Sports. shooting and 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. Miracle Woods had 5 points. Deborah Meeks and Alex Morton had 4 each. Latondra Brooks had 3. Tegan Reeves, Brianna Mobley in the lineup for the Broncos did not score. For Mississippi State, Tiara McCowan came off the bench, led the way with 13 points and 7 rebounds. So McCowan leading both those columns, also blocked a pair of shots. So 13 points in 11 minutes of play for Tiara McCowan. Katera Chappell, Victoria Vivians each added 6 points for the Bulldogs. Kayla Nevitt had 5. Jasmine Holmes had 3, as did Dominique Dillingham. Morgan William, Chinwe Okori for the Bulldogs had 2 points. Blair Schaefer, Brianna Richardson, Sharice Williams in the ballgame for Mississippi State, but failed to get in the scoring column. For Mississippi State, Morgan William had 4 assists. Jasmine Holmes had 2. So that's a look at our individual statistics. Bulldogs lead it 40-38. We'll be back in a moment as we get set for second half action here from the Puerto Rico Classic. Bulldogs leading Western Michigan 40-38. You're listening to MSU Women's Basketball from Learfield Sports.
Gear up for spring at the Mossy Oak Mall. The Mossy Oak store has brought back vintage patterns, original bottomland, and green leaf in the gear you need for the spring woods, including the Super Elite Turkey Vest. Check out great winter clearance deals and new casual shipments from Columbia Sportswear, Drake Waterfowl, Under Armour, and the North Face, along with the all-new Yeti Hopper soft-sided cooler at the Outdoor Gear Store for a special introductory price through March 1st. Mossy Oak Mall in West Point, your destination for outfitting your outdoor obsession.
RCR Ranger Sportsman Ace. Get the gift of horsepower during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event with financing as low as 2.99% and rebates up to $1,500. It's the perfect time to get the machine you've always wanted. Go to Polaris.com or stop by Adventure ATV in West Point today. Offers valid in U.S. subject to credit approval and valid on new 2010 through 2016 models. Good through 12/31/15. See dealer for details. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Polaris adult models for riders age 16 and older. Always wear a helmet and be sure to take a training course. Polaris machines are not intended for on-road use.
Are you dreaming about a new home or making improvements on your current home? Bancorp South Mortgage does on-the-spot same-day pre-qualification and services the mortgages locally. They take pride in taking good care of their customers from start to finish. Call the professionals at Bancorp South Mortgage. Jackie Bowman in Starkville at 324-5511 and Grace Ward in Columbus at 329-5360. Let them help make your dream home a reality. Jackie Bowman, NMLS number 546281. Grace Ward, NMLS number 546648. Bancorp South Mortgage, equal housing opportunity lender based on credit approval.
Area residents are choosing the Eye and Laser Center of Starkville.
My name is Dolph Brown, and I had cataract surgery at the Eye and Laser Center of Starkville. Things are so much brighter and clearer. I read a lot now. I'm reading my books on iPad, and I'm reading books from the library. Dr. Brown did a good job for me. I would recommend him to anybody that's thinking about having cataract surgery.
If you have cataracts and astigmatism, glasses-free vision may be an option. To learn more, contact the Eye and Laser Center of Starkville.
Hey, welcome back to Puerto Rico. We're in Trujillo Alto, Puerto Rico, which is just outside San Juan, as we get set for second half action. Western Michigan and Mississippi State doing battle in the second game of the day, and the second game obviously for both teams as well here in the Puerto Rico Classic. Coming up next, Garnet Webb and SMU at 4:30 p.m. local time, which is 2 hours ahead of Central Standard Time in Starkville, Mississippi. The Bulldogs leading by 2 points, 40-38, as we put 10 minutes on the board for the third quarter. Katera Chappell is going to inbound it. Standing right in front of us at the midcourt line, we'll get it to Morgan William in the backcourt. William now across the timeline over on the right wing. We'll get it to Vivians between the circles. Vivians to Dominique Dillingham, left wing. Lobs it inside to Chinwe Okore from the left side, and she'll score. Chinwe Okore makes it 42-38.
Bulldogs open scoring in the game with a Chinwe Okore shot. Now they open the second half that way.
So Shipman will walk it down the floor on the left side, now lob it to the front court. And she found Morton. Now Reeves, top of the circle, will fire a quick three and airballed. She might have got a little bit of net, the bottom of the net with the basketball. And the crowd's going to chant airball in. Still an airball. The net doesn't count. 9:24 to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs now, second offensive possession of the second half. Coming out, seems like with a little bit more pep in their step. There's Dominique Dillingham will lob it to Chinwe Okore. She turns and can't score. Goes off the iron from the left side. Tried to do the same play but couldn't score. 4-point lead for the Bulldogs.
I think she rushed that one just a little bit.
And now a bounce pass to Jessing over here on the right wing. She goes to top of the circle and then swings it over to Shipman, left wing, and lobs it inside. And Reeves can't score from the left side, and then it's going to be offensively rebounded by Meeks. So Meeks with the offensive board. Now Morton works with the right wing, goes around the perimeter from right to left. She'll drive it to the left elbow, kick it out top of the circle to Jessing, and Jessing will get it to Reeves, and our baseline jumper will go from about 16 feet. It rattled. Thought it was going to pop out, but when it rattled up, it went right back in. 42-42 point game now. Mississippi State with the lead. Out there for the Bulldogs, Morgan Williams, Victoria Vivians, Dominique Dillingham in the backcourt. Front line is Katera Chappell and Chinwe Corey. So the starting five for Mississippi State out there, as well as the starting five for Western Michigan. And Chappell puts it up for the right side and scores it as they lob it into her.
Well, that was a great entry pass from Victoria Vivian. She just threaded a needle to get that pass to Chappell.
They've threaded the needle a couple of times here in Puerto Rico. And now driving it is Shipman, and she scores it from the left side. And it's 44-42. It's back and forth here in the second half. 2-3 zone shown by Western Michigan. This trip down the floor defensively. Bulldogs working to our left on the offensive end. Dillingham between the circles, so swing it over to Vivian's left wing. Now back to Dillingham. Now on the right wing, Morgan Williams works with it. Dillingham back with the basketball and just inside the three-point line, top of the circle. She'll score. So a long mid-range jumper for Dominique Dillingham. It's 46-42.
Well, Bulldogs seem to be finding a little more in sync on the offensive end right now, which is a good sign.
Only one miss on the offensive end in the second half, and a steal by Victoria Vivians as she just stepped in front of her defender and took the pass away. Dillingham's wide open right wing, calls for it, fires the shot up, and it's off the arm out there. Tipped up by Meeks, but Chinwe Corey will grab it, and Vivians runs it down in the corner here near side. So between the circles now, Morgan Williams will reset, 23 on the shot clock. 7 minutes exactly to go in this third quarter. Morgan Williams. Bounce pass over to Victoria Vivian's left wing, and now Dominique Dillingham drives it left baseline, goes up underneath the basket with the basketball, almost loses handle of it a couple of times, but keeps possession. Vivians will fire three from the left side, too hard, back out and out there, and it's rebounded at the free throw line by Morton in Western Michigan. Here come the Broncos. Over on the right wing, Morton works with it, goes around the perimeter to the top of the key from right to left. Morton, dribble penetration inside and drives it on Vivians, but it's a missed shot. Vivians may have gotten a piece of it from behind, but now we have a whistle and a foul on Western Michigan. And
I think that's going to be on Reeves going for the rebound. Came through O'Corey.
Bulldogs up by 4, 46-42, and with basketball possession. Yeah, it's Reeves, and it's her fourth, so she's going to have to take a seat. She hasn't played a lot of minutes in this game, but has 4 fouls. She's been on the bench in foul trouble.
It's surprising anybody for Western Michigan could have 4 fouls.
Exactly.
Only whistled for 9 in the first half, while the Bulldogs been called for 15.
Almost stolen away by Shipman as she tried to step in front of the pass to Vivians. And now the ball's going to go out of bounds. It rolls out of bounds over the sideline across the way from us in the front court and will be last touched by the maroon and white. Bronco basketball. They inbound it. Back court, side court across the way from us. Morton now in front of us in the right wing. Gives it top of the circle to Jessing. Jessing being guarded by Katera Chappell. Dominique Dillingham will pick up Shipman as Shipman works out top of the left side. Drives it past Dominique Dillingham, and now trying to recover. We have a whistle and a foul, and that may be on 0-0.
Yeah, and it will be. That's going to be on Dillingham. That's going to be our second personal.
Dillingham was just beat off the dribble and fouled her from behind, trying to catch up.
So 6 different Bulldogs with 2 fouls right now. Only Brianna Richardson, however, carrying 3.
Shipman going back to the foul line. Free throw on the way, rattles it in and good. Meredith Shipman in the first half was 5 of 6 from the foul line. She is now 6 of 7. As you mentioned, 16 of 20 for Western Michigan in the first half. She makes both free throws, and it's a 2-point game, 46-44. That's one reason why Western Michigan's still in this contest. The Bulldogs haven't been there nearly enough. They got to find ways to get to the foul line here in the second half. Vivians thought about a 25-footer from the left wing, but decided against it. Morgan Williams, right wing over to Vivians, right corner. Bounce pass to Chappell, right baseline. Now out top to Morgan Williams, top of the circle. Now Chappell has it. She's double-teamed and will score. Oh, what a bucket for Katera Chappell from the right side as she was double-teamed. I couldn't even see her. Yeah, she was white jerseys.
Kind of hiding out behind the goal, down on the baseline. The ball had gone out top, and then Vivian's very unselfish on that possession. She had a couple of times that she could have forced a shot, but got it to Chappell in a position to score.
Chappell's free throw on the way, and it got the bounce. Bounced to the front iron and the back iron and dropped. 49-44. Bulldogs on top. Orton crosses the midcourt line. Now works top of the key. And we have a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. And that's going to go against Chinwe Okore. Working with Meeks around the right elbow. And Chinwe is really frustrated as to why she was called for that foul. Both were battling for position. But of course, it was out of our view as we were looking at the basketball handler. But Meeks is going to inbound it left of the bucket. Now Dominic Dillingham's going to reach in. It's going to be a tie basketball. And then, boy, you have to be really, really careful with this officiating crew being aggressive like that defensively.
Ball will stay on the Western Michigan end. They'll at least turn the arrow around, put it on the Bulldog side.
So 5:26 remaining in the third. And inbounding it is Meeks. Meeks got it top of the circle to Jessing. So now working with it is Miracle Woods, and she got it to roll. Boy, it almost rolled off the front iron, but dropped back in and good as she drove it left baseline and scored in the paint. And it's 49-46, three-point game.
Well, that was an athletic move there by Woods.
Mississippi State now looking at a sagging zone defense. Dillingham, left wing, lobs it inside to Chinwe Okore. Nice bucket. She went up aggressively and hit it off the window in a good 51-46 Bulldogs for the lead.
Well, Woods scored on Okore, and then Okore returns the favor on the offensive end for the Bulldogs.
It's a one-on-one battle between Woods and Okore here on this basketball floor. Ruben Martinez Coliseum here in Puerto Rico. Shipman left wing picks up her trouble. Being guarded by Dominic Dillingham. It's going to be an offensive foul. Well, when they blew the whistle, I thought they got Dominique for holding on to her. But it's going to be an offensive foul, and it's going to be against Shipman. And that's the second team foul for Western Michigan here in this third period of play. 4:37 remaining. Bulldogs on top of barely 51-46. That's the fourth personal. By the way, that's not on Shipman. I beg your pardon. That's going to be on Meeks. I was away from Shipman. I was wondering what Shipman did. I thought they had whistled on her. They were looking in her direction. Miracle Woods. Miracle Woods picks up the foul. It's her fourth personal. I'll get it right in a moment, Charlie. Polk's Meat Products located in McKee is the official meat company of the Bulldogs. The same delicious Polk's hot dog and monster dog at Humphrey Coliseum is available at your local grocery store. And if it isn't, that's for Polk's products. Remember, Peaky Bulldog fans, pick Polk's. This is Mississippi State women's basketball from Learfield Sports.
You bleed maroon and white and live for state victories. You're a true MSU Bulldog. Now you can show your school spirit with a Mississippi State Renaissance Bank MasterCard debit card. At Renaissance, we understand how you bank, offering mobile banking and Apple Pay. We also know that sometimes you need real people with real answers. That's why we have more than 170 locations throughout the South serving you. Visit your local Renaissance Bank and add some instant school spirit to your wallet with a Mississippi State Renaissance Bank MasterCard debit card. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, member FDIC.
People all across the country are switching to Ford, America's favorite brand, and telling us about it.
To break my habit of Hondas is a big thing. I loved the look of the Fusion. We got in it and we test drove it. I was like, this is my car. I'm very happy with my Escape. Just converted me. He's never talked about our other vehicles like he's talked about the Explorer.
I love this car.
I don't know if I'll ever not buy a Ford.
Make the switch for yourself. Visit your local Ford dealer today. 2014 CY sales through November.
Whatever your taste in sports, you can always count on the great taste of Coke Zero.
Nice shot.
Coke Zero, the official great tasting choice of sports fans everywhere.
Williams misses a 17-footer straight away, but Dominique Dillingham is going to get the rebound, and she's going to be fouled in the left corner. As we're back to action here at Ruben Martinez Coliseum in Puerto Rico, 51-46 is our score, 4:09 remaining here in the third period. At some point here pretty soon, we're going to give you a Bancorp South scoreboard with Charlie Winfield as we make some substitutions for Western Michigan. There's Latondra Brooks is going to check in. Meeks is going to take a seat. Also checking in at the timeout for Western Michigan was Brianna Mobley. So Morgan William will work between the circles as the Bulldogs got it inbound, and now it's going to be a block call And that one, I was afraid they were about to get on Morgan Williams. When the contact was made, it almost looked like she used her forearm, but it's going to go against Brooks, as Brooks is going to go sliding across the floor. Boy, it was a train wreck over there on the right side of the key.
Well, we've had some that we've questioned both ways today. That one really could have gone against the Bulldogs. Western Michigan fans sharing that viewpoint.
By the way, we welcome the Western Michigan fans and the Bulldog fans watching on the Puerto Rico Classic live stream. We're the audio feed once again today, and I think expected to be that feed tomorrow. In the contest with SMU, Morgan Williams makes 2 free throws for the Bulldogs. She's about automatic from the free throw line, as Morgan Williams is an 89% free throw shooter. Boy, Shipman with an ill-advised 3, quick in the shot clock, early on, I should say, and fires it up from 22 feet out there straight away. The Bulldogs have the defensive board.
Well, Bulldogs the 7-point lead, and they have the basketball, 3:42 to go in the quarter. Have a real chance now to extend the lead, taking their time here offensively.
So Morgan Williams will go in triple penetration, right side of the lane, and is going to lose handle of it. It's going to be stripped to the ball. It's going to go over the baseline. Last touch by Meeks.
9 on the shot clock, so Bulldogs will have a chance on the inbounds play. Look to see them try to get the ball to Vivians here.
Williams left of the bucket to our left, looking to get it inbounded. Goes in the corner to Vivians. She'll fire it up. Hit it good. Victoria Vivians, a 2-point bucket as her toes were on the line. It's 55-46. Bulldogs up by 9. There's only 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Morton, right wing, was bottled up. And now Mobley walked with it. Oh, they're going to call a foul. That's a walk. So a push is going to be called on the Bulldogs. This officiating crew is just, it's been bad.
Well, it looked like a walk call. We were asking for it from here, but it didn't come. And Angel Stanton, the official, calls the foul.
Oh, Vivians with a steal as it was mishandled by Jessing on the left side of the lane. Vivians will take it coast to coast, kiss it off the window, and score it. The Bulldogs have a double-digit lead. It's 57-46. Timeout quickly called by Western Michigan. And the Bulldog faithful rise to their feet, and there's many of them here in Puerto Rico. This has been an impressive following by Mississippi State fans. If you're watching the online stream, I doubt you can see. And the fans behind us, we're on the opposite side of the benches, but it's a lot of them. 3:05 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. 57-46 is our score. Bulldogs on top. This is Mississippi State women's basketball from Learfield Sports.
Area residents are choosing the Eye and Laser Center of Starkville.
My name is Angela Davis. I had LASIK surgery in Starkville with Dr. Jim Brown. As a busy mom of 3, it's been so important for me to have good vision, so I feel like I'm in control of the road. And then Dr. Brown and his staff were so great, and they made me really feel like that this was something that I could do. I'm always going to different places. It's just wonderful to be able to see.
To learn more about custom LASIK surgery, contact the Eye and Laser Center of Starkville today.
Your buddy Ron is full of advice, most of it bad. So when Ron said you'd never afford a John Deere, you knew better. Now that you own one, Ron knows better too. Introducing the E-Series tractors. Legendary John Deere quality at an unexpectedly low price with an MSRP starting under $12,000. Visit your dealer for a test drive today.
For great deals on parts, service, and legendary John Deere equipment, visit one of Wade's 11 locations or find them on the web at wadeinc.com. Wade, delivering service, solutions, and success since 1909.
Business owners and managers, a recent study concluded that data breaches have increased 20% in the past year. I'm Kyle Chandler of Galloway Chandler McKinney Insurance. Our agency offers a variety of policies that provide coverage should breach be an exposure for you. The internet is a necessary tool, and the amount of data stored there will only increase over time. It is vital that you identify the data breach or cyber risk of your individual business and make sure you are protected. Please contact us at GCM Insurance to further assess this risk for you.
Visit GCMinsurance.com.
57-46 State on top. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Is going from left to right down the floor. Western Michigan has basketball possession, and Brooks just throws up a shot 10 feet away from the right side, not there. Offside board by Chappell in the left corner. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor. To our left, Morgan Williams working with it. Over on the right wing. Also the right wing to Dominique Dillingham. Lobs it inside to Chinua Corey. Double team. It's off the line, not there. She got her all missed. And as she tries to stick it back up, she's fouled, and we'll go to the foul line.
Nice job by Corey being aggressive there offensively.
Today's formula for success is brought to you by the Bagley College of Engineering. I think a key in this game is to get the ball inside. The Bulldogs have done a good job at the paint here in the second half, and Chinwe Corey try to get to the free throw line as well, as Chinwe Corey will attempt a free throw, actually have two coming her way. Lagos, Nigeria native, will kiss it off the front iron and miss it. Not there. Bulldogs up by 11, 57-46. The Bulldogs just continue to play aggressive man-to-man defense and create turnovers. I think they'll be okay. Chinwe Corey with the second free throw. Re-engineer for success are you. Visit bagley.msstate.edu. Learn more about Mississippi State's Bagley College of Engineering, including its nationally ranked online graduate degree programs. Vivians with another steal. She'll take it coast to coast. Lay it off the iron, and it's short off the left iron out there. Vivians misses the layup. It's 58-46. Bulldogs up by 12. Had an opportunity to go up by 14. And now firing up a three off the front iron out there is going to be Jessing for the left wing. And the Bulldogs are going to rebound out top. Morgan Williams, left wing. Lobs it to Chinwe Corey, left block. She puts it up high off the window. Not patient enough there, but Dominique Dillingham will pull down the offensive board and run it out on the wing.
On that layup, Victoria tried to go with the left hand, and sometimes you notice that with her, just a little soft sometimes with the left hand.
Morgan Williams, left wing. Now we'll get it to Vivians, top of the circle. Vivians gets the screen from Chapel. Free throw line extended. Shot right side and buried it. Victoria Vivians. 60-46, Bulldogs up by 14 with 1:40 to go in the third quarter.
That shot was so pure that it barely touched the net coming down.
She has a touch, doesn't she? And Dominique Dillingham over on the left baseline, steps in front of Shipman and knocks it over the baseline. So Brianna Richardson is going to check in place of Tara Chapel, who has family from Texas here. Mississippi State leads here late third quarter, 60-46. On the left of the bucket, they lob it out on the right wing to Jessen. Shipman had it for a moment, and then Shipman goes and gets the pass from the top of the circle from Brooks, and is going to lay it off the glass and score it. Shipman handed it off to her, give and go, and she went streaking to the basket, right side of the key, and then scored it at 60-48. That'll stop the bleeding for Western Michigan. Fans chanting, "Let's go State." Dillingham drives it right of the key, pushes it high off the window and got the bounce. Dillingham pushes it back out to 14. Bulldogs now controlling the blocks. Wimbrey has checked into the contest for the first time. DJ Wimbrey will pick up the basketball and get it down low. And as Mobley tried to score, it couldn't. And she'll go to the foul line. DJ Wimby, the 5'7" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, has come off the bench. Tierra McCowan about to come off the bench for the Bulldogs. Looks like Tara Chapel about to come in, and they're going to put in Reeves as well. Back out there for Wimby. Wimby so far this season from the foul line is shooting 50%. She came into the game 10 of 20. So Brianna Richardson will check out as well as Chinwe Corey. So you got Tierra McCowan and Katera Chapel in the low post for MSU. Guards are William, Vivians, and Dillingham. Free throw went. So 1 for 2, Wimby. They tripped down the floor at the free throw line. 62-49. Vivians, top of the circle, will fire up a three, and it's good. Victoria Vivians, a huge three. And when she gets hot, she gets hot. Let's hope she stays hot. 65-49, Bulldogs on top.
Well, now she's got that look in her eye again, too, that if you get her the basketball, she's going to score. That's a charge, and it wasn't called.
Morgan Williams ended up on her keister and firing up a three from the left corner, and it's not there for Shipman, and the ball's going to go over the baseline. Last touch by the Broncos. Bulldogs will get basketball possession. This is where Mississippi State now. They've got 16.6 seconds left in the third, but the big shot here could do some damage for sure going into the fourth quarter for Western Michigan.
Bulldogs play for one shot.
10 seconds, 9 seconds, shot clock off. Morgan Williams, right wing over to Chapel, top of the circle. She'll lob it to McCowan. McCowan puts it up really good. Oh, she just like textbook work. And now that'll run out the third quarter as Western Michigan will lob up a shot from the backcourt. It's going to be airballed, of course, and it's 67-49. Bulldogs up by 18 in this game. Sullivan's Office Supplies, the official office products and furniture supplier of Bulldog Sports, offering office supplies and furniture, including commercial, interior design, and layout services.
Texas leading Arkansas 18-2. Those are the only games underway at the moment.
Chapel will inbound the basketball to midcourt line into the backcourt to Morgan William. Bulldogs offensive end is to our left. So in the front court, William works with it between the circles over to Vivian's left wing. Back to William, wide open, surefire, three, top of the circle, and hit it! Morgan William with a big three, and the Bulldogs now pulling away. 70-49, 21-point game.
Big third quarter for Mississippi State, and they start the fourth quarter right.
And now a foul on the Bulldogs as Reeves trying to take it. And she started zooming into the basket from the left side and then tried to go on a reverse layup and couldn't score it, but she's fouled. And so Reeves will go to the foul line. Tegan Reeves is an 88% free throw shooter, 15 of 17 coming into this game. Reeves free throw on the way and a good. But I tell you what, it's almost like calling a golf game, or a golf match rather, or whatever you call it in golf. It gets so quiet here when someone's at the free throw line.
So you get the whisper voice going?
The whisper voice. Free throw is good by Reeves. That happened at Savannah State one time. We was so quiet in there. And we were lying by the bench, so the girls just kept looking in and grinning when I was calling the game. 70-50 is the score. 20-point game. 1 for the two-out trip to the foul line for Reeves. Morgan William puts it high off the back iron, in and good over Reeves. Boy, what a tough shot for Morgan William, just floating over the right hand.
11 minutes ago, this was a 2-point game. The Bulldogs in that stretch have outscored Western Michigan by 20.
Almost a steal by the Bulldogs, and will belong to the Bulldogs as they strip it from Reeves, and somehow at last touched Reeves' hand. So it was knocked off Reeves by Dominique Dillingham. So Chapel will inbound it. The Bulldogs will go from right to left down the floor. Jasmine Holmes has checked into the contest. Holmes now replacing Morgan William, who will take a much-deserved rest. 22-point game, 72-50. State on top. 8:44 to go in the game. Holmes will lob it left wing inside of McCowan. She spins just too far up underneath the basket as she was rejected by the rim. Now we have a whistle and a foul on Western Michigan.
McCowan came spinning out of there on the ground.
That's going to go against Reeves, and she is fouled out of this contest. So Tegan Reeves will take a seat and not come off the bench again in this game. Now checking in her stead is going to be Miracle Woods. 72-50, Bulldogs on top. To the right of the bucket, inbounding the basketball is Jasmine Holmes. Got it to Dominique Dillingham. Created some separation, floated with the right hand off the backboard, not there in the paint. She's hacked and will go to the foul line to shoot two. Southeastern Conference basketball will be fun again this year. Tennessee with the big win last night over Oregon State on the road, 53-50. Oregon State missed a three-pointer at the buzzer that would have tied the game. Free throw on the way, and in it good for Dominique Dillingham. Dillingham, an 81% free throw shooter. Free throw on the way, and the second one, like the first, is good. Bulldogs have several shooting over 70%.
That's it where Dillingham's really improved. Was not a good free throw shooter her first 2 years. Not a great free throw shooter, but has done a really nice job this year.
Two players shooting over 80%, Morgan William and Dominique Dillingham from the free throw line. Meeks drives it left side. Now dumps it down to the left block, and it's off the left iron out there as Mobley couldn't score it over to McCowan. So Vivian's offensive end, left wing, picks up her dribble to Jasmine Holmes, top of the circle. Dare Chapel floats it inside from the right wing, and the spinning to her right, laying it off the window and scoring it is Tierra McCowan, and the fans love it behind us.
Well, McCowan's just having a monster game here for Mississippi State, all off the bench.
76-51, and driving it on Jasmine Holmes and can't score is, I think that is Wimby, DJ Wimby. She'll go to the foul line as Jasmine Holmes is going to pick up the foul. 2 team fouls on the Bulldogs here in the fourth quarter, 2 on Western Michigan. We're about to see LaKara Salter check into the contest.
Jason, we were looking at other scores in the league. A couple of games will be interesting to watch later today. Oklahoma and Texas A&M will be played. That's number 17 and number 18.
It's an old Big 12 matchup.
It certainly is. And number 13, Duke, will be at number 8, Kentucky. So another good game in the SEC to keep an eye on today.
Wimby makes the first free throw. She'll have another opportunity. Who's checking into the contest is Jessing. She makes the free throw.
Well, and Jimmy Dykes has to be wondering if the ESPN numbers are still on his phone. He's down 20-3 late in the first quarter.
And Arkansas has really struggled to start the season. Also checking in for Western Michigan, number 1 Meredith Shipman. Morton, Shipman, also Meeks, Woods, and Jessing out there for Western Michigan. We have a whistle and an offensive foul away from the basketball. I think that's on Tierra McCowan.
Yeah, they're going to get McCowan. She was battling for position against Miracle Woods underneath the goal. But I'll be honest with you, I thought that foul was created by Woods, but nevertheless, it is a foul on McCowan. That'll be her third personal.
76-53. State on top. 7:26 remaining in the game. Woods has McCowan out top of the circle, tries to drive it on McCowan, spins to her right, puts it up with the right hand, long not there, and LaCara Salter will get the rebound on the left side. Here comes LaSalter out of there dribbling with it. Not many full players will take it up the floor, but Salter will, and she tried to get it to Holmes over on the right side, and it was picked off by Shipman, and she'll go uncontested and lay it off the glass and score it from the left side at 76-55. Salter just wasn't paying much attention. She got to the midcourt line and tried to go from left to right with the pass, and Shipman picked it off. Dominique Dillingham out top of the left side. Now to Holmes, top of the circle. Bounce pass to Salter. She's open right wing. Will fire the three. Long not there. McCowan will clean it up. Stick back not there. Get her own miss. Stick back not there. Own miss again. Stick back. It's there. And she's fouled. It was like deja vu 3 times.
Well, that was a situation there where McCowan had just claimed her spot under the goal, and she was going to stay there till the ball went in. And finally, Western Michigan, nothing you can do when you get a player of McCowan's size who's established position.
Long arm length, long arms.
Other than just to try to push her out of there, and that's what they did, and they got called for the foul. It just so happened to be the time that McCowan had made the shot.
78-55, trying to make it 79-55 is Tierra McCowan, the 6'7" freshman for Brennan, Texas. Kisses it off the front iron, and it rolls out to the left wing, rebounded by Morton. Shipman, top of the circle, lobs it left corner, over to Jessing. Jessing dribbling with the right hand, lobs it inside. McCowan tips it up, but it goes into the hands of Meeks. She'll kick it out on the wing in the paint on the right wing. Driving against Morton. She'll dish it, and Mobley tries to score again. Mobley has been unsuccessful around the blocks, but Tierra McCowan's going to get her with a bump, and so Mobley will go to the free throw line.
You know, you look at it, the Bulldogs obviously have taken a 2-point halftime lead, pushed it out to a 23-point lead, and you say, what's the difference? Really, the difference has been Western Michigan not getting to the foul line. They got there 20 times in the first half, now just the 5th and 6th times here in the second.
So Mobley out of Lansing, Michigan, made the first free throw, missed the second off the left down, tried to run in and get her own miss, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Western Michigan. I think she touched it twice on the shot and then on the rebound attempt, and Salter will inbound it to Holmes. Holmes, middle of the floor, zips it to the front court to Dominique Dillingham between the circles. Dillingham right wing, looked to go inside, didn't have anything. Between the circles line from Holmes to Salter at the free throw line. Salter didn't have anything, so she got it back to Dominique Dillingham on the wing, and Dillingham just loses it. I think she dribbled it off her foot.
Well, she was trying to... She thought about making a pass inside and then tried to change her mind and go up top with it and just lost the ball out of bounds.
78
forced error.
And those will drive a coaching staff nuts. 78-56, big lead, though, for the Bulldogs. Driving it left of the key and putting it up as Mobley, not there, a block on LaCara Salter. So Mobley about to live at the free throw line. Deborah Meeks, as we say, got a first action, well, second action of the season, I should say. She's been on the bench. She's back out there now. Meeks on the right side of the lane. Brianna Mobley, 6'1" freshman from Lansing, Michigan. Have been playing a lot in her stead. There have been several players that has been seeing more minutes since Meeks been out, but with Meeks returning, that'll just add to the depth for Western Michigan. First free throw was good. Second one off the front iron out there, rebounded by Dominique Dillingham. Shane Klipfeld has to be pleased with the return of Meeks. I say return, but her being able to join the team in action on the floor, not just in practice.
Yeah, Western Michigan, a good-looking, very fundamentally sound basketball team.
Bulldogs just spreading them out there on offense, on the offensive end, so spreading them out defensively, I should say, and now the Bulldogs are going to Lose the basketball. Shipman's going to take it coast to coast, go up on McCowan, not there. McCowan was standing with the arm straight up, and it goes off the iron, not there. Offensive board for Western Michigan. Skip pass, right corner to left. Shipman will fire up the three off the iron, not there. The pass was from Jessing to Shipman on the skip pass from right corner to left. So Dominique Dillingham comes down the floor. We'll work it between the circles. And now we'll give it up to Jasmine Holmes to run the point. Holmes gets to the free throw line, steps it to Tiara McCowan. McCowan just a little too soft, and they're short off the right iron, not there from the right side. Tried to push it with the right hand, and couldn't score it. Bluffing the three, then shooting the three is Jessing, and she's short. And that's the second time she's been short and had the fans chant air ball. 78-75. Under 5 to play, 4:48 to go in the fourth quarter. It's been all Mississippi State in the second half. Every Friday's Maroon Friday for Bulldog fans. Wear your maroon and save on Fridays at the following businesses: Comical, Firehouse Subs, Deep South Pelt, William Wells Tower and Auto, and Brian Michaels Catering. Also Aspen Bay, Stromboli's, Northeast Exterminating, Penn's Restaurant, Jimmy John's, and Hungry Howie's. This is Mississippi State Women's Basketball from Learfield Sports.
Do the holidays get you down? Holidays are supposed to be a time of joy and celebration, but for many people, they're anything but. Depression may occur at any time of the year, but the stress and anxiety of the holiday season may cause those who are usually happy and content to feel lonely and sad. If you feel you need support to cope with your feelings, Baptist Behavioral Health Golden Triangle Outpatient Services can help. Please call 662-244-2560 or 1-800-362-7902.
Let Delta Telephone make your home a digital home with our clear-to-there smart home solutions. Utilizing internet, you can monitor via low-cost sensors and devices a variety of applications and video cameras from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Get home event alerts via text or email, or just check in on kids and loved ones today. Smart home sensors and device management from Delta Telephone. Call us today for free consultation. 877-433-7878. That's 877-433-7878.
This is Patrick Lindley with Starkville Computers. When it comes to computers, we can fix it, buy it, or you can even trade it in for a new one. We repair all brands of computers, including Macs, and we also stock a variety of refurbished machines as well as new ones. And hey, business owners, we'd love to talk with you about your office communication needs, including telephone and internet solutions. Visit us at StarkvilleComputers.com or call 324-7272.
We're the folks who keep you connected.
We're back to action. LaKara Salter is going to inbound it, slaps the basketball. We'll get it to Jasmine Holmes. The Bulldogs are facing full court pressure, but not heavy full court pressure, just keeping Mississippi State in front of them. Western Michigan. Sagging man defense. Actually, it's kind of a sagging zone. As Salter goes on the skip pass from left to right. Vivian's thought about a three, then does take it, and it's an air ball. Short, not there, from the right corner. And LaKara Salter, left elbow, shot up, off the iron, not there. And Vivian's with a stick back, not there. McCowan sticks it up, not there. They're just all volleying it around. And finally it goes, and she's fouled. McCowan with her second attempt.
That's the 21st point in this game for McCowan. She also has 11 rebounds, so the Bulldogs have gotten great play from Tiara McCowan, just 18 minutes of time off the bench. Remind you quickly that as a basketball fan, you got to love a great drive to the basket. And as a driver, you got to love a great drive on the road. So always fill up with Texaco with Techron. Its unbeatable cleaning power helps minimize deposits, so you get great performance you can count on drive after drive. Texaco with Techron, keep humming along.
McCowan at the free throw line for another and one. Makes it good. The Brenham, Texas freshman scores her 22nd point. And with 4:16 remaining in the game, Bulldogs have an 81-57 lead. And looking ever the more a top 10 team. Firing up a three and burying it. It's going to be Naji Smith seeing in action for the first time in the contest. Smith off the bench with a three. Blair Schaefer working with it on the right wing. Now Nevitt, left wing. We'll get it to Tiara McCowan, left block. And Bulldogs just showing great ball movement as Salter works with it over on the right baseline. Salter backs in her defender, Mobley, and puts it up. Point blank, not there off the iron. Tiara McCowan fouled. We'll go back to the foul line. She missed the shot, so she'll have two free throws coming.
Salter did a nice job getting in position to shoot the basketball. Just bounced off the back iron, but McCowan, she has been all day, got her 12th rebound.
So a double-double for Tiara McCowan. McCowan looking for her 23rd and 24th point. 23rd point is in the books. It's now 82-60.
You look at McCowan, who didn't play yesterday. Florida Gulf Coast just presented some real matchup problems. But here today, a game that the post player is important for the Bulldogs, and she makes her 24th. With Corey having a little foul trouble today, it's been a nice effort by McCowan.
McCowan got the bounce on the front iron, and it rolled in a good 83-60. Stayed on top, 3:33 remaining. Driving, it's Wimby, and she has her shot blocked by Salter from the right side, but got her blocked shot back into her hands. Miller is tucked into the contest for Western Michigan, and now we have a walk.
Nice job defensively there by McCowan. As you saw the Western Michigan player Mobley driving in, and McCowan did a nice job of just staying straight up, staying tall, not trying to swat at the basketball.
Number 22, Meredith Mobley, is checked in. Meredith Miller, I beg your pardon. Lobbing it from the right wing into the Tierra McCowan right side. She goes high off the window and just a little too hard. Nobody's really contesting her. She's been fouled, but now getting position is Mobley on Tierra McCowan. McCowan backed off of her, and Mobley scored at no point in picking up a foul there. You're up 83-62.
Well, she's also carrying 4 fouls, and that's what she was telling one of her teammates who asked her why she didn't challenge the shot. So I got 4 fouls.
Smart thinking by the freshman, and Salter has it knocked away from her. She gets it back, sticks it high off the window, won't go, but Salter is going to shoot 2 free throws. Kara Salter out of Tallahassee, Florida, the sophomore, seeing more playing time in 2015-2016 season. It'll be 2016 in the SEC season before you know it. Conference play begins January the 3rd. We'll be in Gainesville, Florida, Charlie.
Yeah, we got a trip down to Jacksonville the week before. Bulldogs will be playing in the classic game there.
It's the ACC-SEC Challenge. Salter back iron not there on our first free throw. Second free throw on the way. It's any good. It'll feel like we're going to be living in Florida that week.
Well, there are worse places to live.
Oh, absolutely. 84-62. Stayed on top after the free throw made by LaKara Salter. Driving it is Wimby. She can't score it. It just floats up in the air and comes into the hands of the Bulldogs. And Holmes kicks it down on the wing to an open Schaefer. She'll fire it up. Back iron not there from the right wing. Salter tips it to herself left block. Kicks it out to Nevitt. She'll fire 3 left wing, and it's off the front iron. Salter gets the offensive board. Stick back not there. And boy, there's a lid on the rim for the Bulldogs. And now there's a stoppage of play as the ball's going to roll out of bounds. McCowan's a little slow getting up, but she's helped up by 2 players for
and Caitlin Nevitt coming out limping. But she's got a smile on her face, so that's a good sign.
LaTonna Brooks is 5'5", and Deborah Meeks is 5'8", and they both helped her up. Whereas Wimbrey was in there helping her as well. She's 5'7", so when they helped up Tierra McCowan, boy, she was towering over. So a 30-second timeout with 2:12 remaining. We'll let you know that coming up we'll have a very short regions post-game show. The Bulldogs have blocked how many shots tonight?
Bulldogs have, been credited with 4.
Oh, goodness, there's got to be more than that. So the Bulldogs have blocked 4 shots tonight. Charlie, that's top-notch security. Remember, it's everyone's job to be on the lookout for potential terrorist activity. A reminder for the Mississippi Department of Homeland Security, if you see something, say something. Once again, we don't have a stats monitor, so I couldn't glance at it. Are you interested in earning a degree online? Mississippi State University has a variety of online programs to choose from. To learn more about online degrees offered by MSU, visit distance.msstate.edu. So Miller gave it up, and driving in that baseline and floating it is Smith. Jay Smith has come in and scored off the bench, 84-64. She's been in there the last couple of minutes. Brianna Richardson in there now for Mississippi State. So you got 2 4s and a 5 playing. Obviously, one has switched to the 3 position. As Jasmine Holmes gets to the top of the circle, over to Richardson left wing. Skip past Blair Schaefer. She'll fire it up off the back iron, not there. And the rebound goes to LaKara Salter. Now Schaefer thought about another 3, and I think she just got shy with it. Salter's not going to be shy. She'll fire it and bury it. Salter will score for the left wing. It's 87-64.
Yeah, I was going to say, when has LaKara Salter ever been shy with the basketball?
She hasn't.
Very good shooter, good handler of the ball.
Blair's missed a couple from the wing, and I think she just didn't want to take 2 shots in a row, and certainly understand that thinking. Wimby is down on the floor, but tying up the basketball is Mississippi State Bulldogs, and now we have a timeout on the floor. Big Schaefer is visibly upset.
Well, He at least now has moved to a smirk. I think somebody reminded him he's up 23 with 1:08 to go. But there was another situation where they called a jump ball on a ball that, or I say a tie jump ball. I'm using the old language, but a tie ball, I guess, is the
it's still
terminology.
We don't jump for it, but it's jump.
Yeah.
Fans like to visit Ridgeland on Facebook to see how you can win a fantastic getaway, including a one-night stay in Ridgeland, and $500 for a variety of shopping and dining at one of our fine restaurants. Visit Ridgeland on Facebook to register now. Puerto Rico has been kind to us. The temperature is comfortable, and I mean comfortable 84 degrees. It almost doesn't even feel like it. 84 back home is summertime.
Well, that's comfortable 84 outdoors. Indoors, it's in the 60s.
Yeah, it's very chilly. Matter of fact, I've got on my Mississippi State jacket now.
One thing about it, there's a lot of humidity here, and the reason they have to keep the temperature down is to keep the court from sweating.
The humidity it hasn't felt like, at least on this trip, like the humidity back home in Mississippi, which is suffocating. It's almost like it's kind of spring-like outside. Bounce pass on the inbound left of the bucket, and Brooks had it lodged between her feet there for a moment. She was bent over, looked like she was tying her shoes, but she was trying to get the basketball. So with 1:05 remaining, Bulldogs up big, 87-64. Going to the free throw line, it's going to be Latondra Brooks, the 5'5" sophomore guard from Oaklawn, Illinois.
Jason, Bulldogs obviously will get the win, but this has been a pair of games that have been, I think, good for Mississippi State in terms of development as the free throw is made by Brooks. But yesterday you had to defend some really athletic guards. Today you have to defend against a very disciplined team, a team that has some size, ability to spread the floor. And the other thing that you like to see is the Bulldogs with a variety of options. They've had McCowan, who didn't play yesterday and is in the 20s and scoring here today with a double-double.
Jasmine Holmes working with an offensive end. Will drive it to the right elbow, give it to Schaefer. She gets to the free throw line, kicks it over to Richardson. Richardson left side of the key. It's an Amity thing, kicks it out of the right wing to Jasmine Holmes. 14 to shoot. Salter will fire a three from the right wing, and she'll hit it. LaKara Salter with back-to-back threes. She hit one from the left wing, and this time from the right wing. It's 87-66.
Yeah, LaKara Salter. And she shoots the ball so high in terms of her form that it's very difficult to block.
I beg your pardon, it's 90-66. They have not put it on the board yet. I knew as soon as I said it, that couldn't be correct. So a foul on LaKara Salter. And going to the foul line is going to be Meredith Miller, the freshman from Hillard, Ohio, 5'10", guard/forward. We'll have a couple of free throws coming her way. First free throws on the way, any good. And Miller this season was 4 for 8 coming in. She's now 5 for 9 from the free throw line. Was shooting at 50% coming in. Now she's over 50%.
It's going to be interesting to talk to Vic Schaefer after this ballgame. I think he's going to be reasonably happy with his offensive output. I mean, he scored 90 points in a game that was very well defended and closely contested, but I don't know that he's going to be happy giving up 68.
Schaefer's open on the wing. Got to fire it up. She does. She's short off the right iron that time. So with 17 seconds left, here comes Western Michigan down the floor. A bounce pass to the free throw line. The Bulldogs have really bottled up the paint, by the way. And now the ball's loose over on the left wing, and there's contact but no foul call. 5 seconds left. Firing up a three off the back iron, not there, was Miller from the left side. And now Brianna Richardson with an offside board around the right block. She'll hold it as the buzzer sounds, and the Bulldogs are now 2-0 here in Puerto Rico. 90-68. Your 9th-ranked Bulldogs with a win over Western Michigan to run their record to 10-1 of the season. Western Michigan drops to 7-3, and their 3 losses have been to top 25 teams. This was their first top 10 opponent of the season. Garner Webb walking out on the floor. SMU coming out on the floor as well. They're going to be the third and final game of the day. Earlier today was Florida Gulf Coast with a win over Arizona 57-55. Back with the Short Regions Bank postgame report in just a moment. This is Mississippi State women's basketball from Northfield Sports.